Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope you're having fun with your families, your friends, and you're celebrating the Christmas and enjoying. Uh, Manchester United plays tomorrow, Boxing Day, the only Boxing Day fixture against Newcastle United. And we're here to dissect the game, talk about the feeling going into the game, talk about our score prediction, the predicted lineups, and all of that. You know how we do it. But if this is your first time here on Red Side Rant, please subscribe so you can get notification whenever we drop a new video. But we're gonna go ahead and dive right into the video. From our last game, we've had a lot of injuries. We've had a couple of players out for AFCON. Ahmad, mbeumo, Maswari, they're all out for AFCON. All three of them won their games, which is good for our players, you know. So those three are out for AFCON. Bruno, Kobe Mainoo, Matthias De Ligt and Harry Maguire are still injured. That's 7 of our starting players that are out. So it is going to be a tough game, especially in midfield. And this guy, Bruno Fernandes, is going to be someone we're going to miss a lot in this game, you know. And this is what Ruben Amorim had to say about it. Because he was asked if we can replace Bruno Fernandes or what we're going to do about him. And this is what he had to say. Ruben said it's impossible to replace Bruno, which I agree. It is very, very impossible to replace. You just cannot replace Bruno Fernandes, not in this team, not in another team. You know, there's no other Bruno Fernandes out there. I just think when it comes to what he does, he's the best at it, and you cannot replace him. You cannot. But it is an opportunity for other players. We cannot depend on one player. I like the fact that he says we cannot depend on one player, which is something that we have done a lot over the past couple of years, depending on Bruno Fernandes a lot. We look back and we always say if Bruno Fernandes was not part of this team, I think we might have been relegated at some point. Which, I mean, we'll never know, but to an extent, you can say that statement is true because he's always the one performing, even when players are not performing. Even when he comes and we say he has bad games, the day he has a bad game, the work he puts in, if other players can put in that work on a good day, I think Man Utd would have been a different team over the years. So his bad game is probably a good game for a lot of players. But Ruben said it's an opportunity for other players to step up, which I agree. And we can look at the likes of the academy graduates who had their debut against Aston Villa, the like of Jack Fletcher, the likes of Shae Lacey. Shae Lacey particularly is someone I like. You said I've said a couple of times that I'm really looking forward to seeing him play. And when he came on for about 10 to 15 minutes and he looked really, really composed. He looked really, really composed. There was a shot that he took. And, you know, things like that are things that when you see in a player, you look at it and you're like, okay, this guy is gonna be he has a bright future. If he's well looked after, he's going to have a bright future. So let's talk about the lineups, right? Let's talk about the lineups because this is how Manchester United lined up. Newcastle United lined up in their last game. This is not how we lined up. And this Casemiro was suspended. So if we're gonna go based on our previous lineup, we'd have to take Casemiro out. We'd have to take Martinez out. We started the game with Ugarte in midfield and Bruno. Bruno got injured in that game. He came off at halftime. So, but this lineup would be, I don't want to say my predicted lineup, my potential lineup, but it is my predicted lineup. What I think we might be seeing in that game, because if I'm the one, I might go somewhere else. But this is what I think we might be lining up in that game. But one key thing that we have to talk about going into this game is the midfield, because I think that the midfield is going to be where this game is going to be won and where this game is going to be lost. If you can win your midfield battle going into this game against Newcastle, then you have a better chance of winning the game. And looking at our midfield, right, we can definitely say that we are already at a disadvantage. We are already at a disadvantage right now. We don't have Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro is quite old. Ugarte, we cannot depend on him. You know, it's been our main concern all season. But now this game is just going to make it even tougher because Newcastle United are a team that you don't want to face, particularly because of their midfielders. Sandro Tonali, Joelinton, and Bruno Guimaraes. They are very, very physical. When I talk about physical, they are very, very, very physical. They will make it very difficult for you. They will run. If they can, if you can outrun them in midfield, if you can control the midfield against Newcastle, you stand a chance of winning the game. Always. So it is going to be where the game is going to be won or the game is going to be lost. In their last game, they lined up with Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, and Ramsey, right? But I just don't see Eddie Howe starting Ramsey in this game. I think he's gonna bring Joelinton back in midfield. I think he's going to do that. So, like I said, now it comes down to us. Who do we play in midfield? Because that's our area of particular concern. Who do we play in midfield? Do we bring Martinez back in midfield? Because he played against Aston Villa and he looked quite comfortable playing in that position, right? We can say that part of the reason why he was confident was because Aston Villa did not look to press us. They gave him the time to receive the ball, turn, play the line-breaking passes, all of that. But it might not be the same story against Newcastle. These guys, I just think they are going to press us. They are going to make it difficult for us. So do you start Martinez in midfield? He's not an out-and-out midfielder. I think if we go for Martinez, then it might be a situation where we are just looking to sit back, and make it difficult. But with Martinez in that midfield, that's how many defenders? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 defenders. And then with Casemiro, who is a defensive midfielder, that's 7. So you end up playing with 3 attacking players. You can't win a game like that. You just cannot win a game like that. So the next question becomes, do you drop Martinez, bring Mount into midfield, and maybe move Cunha over here and bring in Shae Lacey? Because like I said, I like Jack Fletcher, right? I've not really watched a lot of him. I can't say much when it comes to Fletcher. But Shae Lacey looked the more confident player. And if you are going to back a player to start this game, it's him, right? If you're going to back any player to start this game, any of the academy players, like Ruben Amorim said, it is going to be Shae Lacey. He looked more comfortable in that game. But now, experience is where, it is. I wouldn't want to be in Ruben Amorim's shoes right now, to be honest. I wouldn't, because just looking at this right now, I'm already having a headache. Because that's another scenario. But now when you bring Mount into the midfield, is he going to effectively play that role? Is he going to play that role effectively? I don't know. So the next question becomes, do you play, like, I don't know, like, do you instead of playing Shae Lacey, do you bring in Xerxes? It is a lot of questions. There's just so many. Do you do this? Do you do that? Do you do this? Do you do that? And at the end of the day, it's gonna be down to the manager. Another thing we were talking about was playing the 4-3-3 last game, but Ruben Amorim ended up still going with his preferred formation, which is a 3-4-3. I think he just likes that. He's very stubborn. He said even the Pope is not going to make him change it. So I don't know, but let me know what you think. Because for me, I would love to see a scenario where we can fit in Shae Lacey in this game. We've not had a situation where in the past couple of years, that's how the likes of Rashford broke out. He was given a start because of injuries. And I would love to see something like that, maybe in this game. Might not be the right game, but, you never know. If you don't do it, you never know. I think he looks confident. He looks ready. He looks sharp. he's talented, and I think he can do a job. He's hungry. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And please, as usual, like the video, share the video, and hit the notification bell. Subscribe as well if you haven't, so every time we drop a video. And for my score prediction for this game, I am gonna go with a 1-1 draw, simply because we play at home. Yes, we play at home. I don't see a way we keep a clean sheet. I don't see how we keep a clean sheet in this game. But we are going to try to sit back, make it difficult, and avoid defeat playing at home. So I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. And good luck to the lads tomorrow. Hopefully we can get a win. I would absolutely love for us to get a win. Like, I would be buzzing for a win. But it's going to be very tough. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And as usual, see you on our next video.